Hello, and welcome to Being Human. In other words, welcome home. Home to yourself, home to the truth, home to the part of you that knows that the way that you've been seeing, the way that you've been operating in the world hasn't been working. It's like the things that you're doing, the things that you're experiencing, the things that you've picked up throughout the course of your lifetime is somehow creating this effect in your body, in your being, in your soul, that you know that something isn't working, that something isn't right. And you know that there is something more to this life than what you're currently experiencing. And that's what brings you here. Maybe you followed a message through Instagram. Maybe you listened to and tuned in through the podcast. However you got here is how you got here. And nothing happens a moment too soon or a moment too late. It is all perfection. So welcome. You're here in the call. You answered it, and you're here. Now this channel is dedicated to everything you, to helping you get exactly what it is that you want in life and more. Because oftentimes we have this idea of what we want in life. We want the relationship, we want the money, we want the success, we want the vision in our mind to come true. We want to be this version of ourselves that we think we have to be. And I want those things for you. I want abundance, I want love, I want joy, I want passion, I want all of those things for you. And I will do my best to help you attain each and every single one of those things. And more fundamentally, underneath the surface, I want what you really want. See, because underneath every single want that we have, there's a really want. Why do you want the relationship? Well, typically you want to feel love. Maybe you want to feel complete. Maybe you want somebody to spend time to because there's a part of you that feels lonely or incomplete in your own being. Why do you want money? Is it because you want more power? Is it because you want to look like a success to your family, to your friends, to people in the world? Because you don't feel that way right now. Why do you want to feel more confident? Is it because there's a part of you that doesn't feel confident, that feels insecure, that feels weak, that doesn't feel strong, that doesn't feel secure in yourself? See, underneath the wants is the really want. And that's the work that we get up to in Being Human, is we tackle those really wants. Because at the end of the day, everything that you're looking for outside of yourself, you already are. And all that's missing is your recognition of that. It's the way of seeing yourself that way, right? We all have the way that we see ourselves. And chances are we see ourselves actually less than how other people in our life see us. It's just the natural byproduct of being human and how we're raised and how we're conditioned. And all that we get to do here is looking at unpeeling those layers, is growing in awareness around who you are, why you are the way that you are, how did you come to be this way? And peeling back the layers so much so that you can begin to find and experience the truth about yourself. Because when you find that truth, when you come back home to yourself, what you will find will change your life forever. You will find that you are everything that you are looking for, and then from that moment forward, you will then begin to be human. You will then begin to exude your natural state of abundance. You will feel enough, worthy, deserving. Everything that you will be looking for, you already have. And so you will come and radiate into the world from that place. Joy, love, energy, passion, clarity, and money, success, relationships will be magnetically attracted to you because of who you're being in the world. You don't have to try anymore. You won't have to go and get and search and want and frantically look for things because you're trying to fill a void. You will walk through the world feeling whole, connected, and inspired constantly. And that is what this channel is dedicated to. It's helping you unravel the layers of yourself for you to come back home to the truth of who and what you are so that you can begin to be a lighthouse in the world and shine your light so fucking bright that everybody in it who is struggling, who is out at sea in the dark and lost and blah, 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 is coming to you. They see your light and are attracted to it. That's what this work is about. This work is coming back to who you've always been Because who you are now, well, that version of you might be thinking small. You might be thinking less of yourself. You might think you're not good enough. You might think you're not worthy. You might think you're not lovable. You may think that something is wrong with you. You may think that you're broken. You may think that you're not good enough to have this vision, to settle for this dream, to do what it is that you actually want to do in the world. You may be in a relationship that you don't want to really be in, but you're too scared to let it go. You may walk through the world people pleasing, pretending to be everyone and everybody just so you could get liked and validation and not ruffle any feathers. And this channel, these videos, every single video is going to be me walking you home back to yourself, just like how my mentors, my coaches, the people in my life have done the same thing to me. All that we are doing here on this planet is walking each other home. Because for some reason, we're never taught this. We're never taught how to actually be human. Look at our society, look at our world. Look at the chaos, the disease, the mental health issues, the crisis, everything that's happening. It's a byproduct of who we're being. It is normal but not natural. This way of being is natural. Being human is natural. So welcome. I'm super glad that you're here. Super glad that you're taking this journey with me. I feel very honored by that. What you can expect to find is podcasts. I'm going to be rocking the podcast with my homie Dono. Love this man, and he's going to be a huge part of this channel. You'll find videos on how-tos, in-depths on spirituality, in-depths on self-love, really everything that is involved in coming into wholeness and coming into an individuation, into feeling that sense of who you are and reverberating that in the world. That's what this is. That's what this work is. And this work is the most important work that we can ever do and that you can ever do. Because this work moves mountains, changes lives, and it all begins with you. And I'm going to end it with a poem from an unknown monk. In my 20s, I set out to change the world. In my 30s, I realized that I couldn't change the world, so I set out to change my nation. In my 40s, I realized I couldn't change my nation, so I set out to change my state. In my 50s, I realized I couldn't change my state, so I set out to change my town. In my 60s, I realized I couldn't change my town, so I set out to change my community. In my 70s, I realized I couldn't change my community, so I set out to change my family. In my 80s, I realized that I had it all backwards and I was far too old to do anything now. But what I should have done is I should have began the change with myself, because if I changed myself, I would have changed my family. And if I changed and impacted my family would have impacted and changed the community. And the change in the community and the impact in the community could have changed the town. And then the town could have changed the state. The state could have changed the world. Change begins with you. It begins with you saying yes to yourself. With you coming back home to who and what you've always been. This channel's all about love, yo. Helping you come back from your head to your heart. Returning to the essence of who you are. So with that, super excited for you to be here. Shoot down a comment down below, introduce yourself. Tell me your name, where are you coming from in the world? And what is your favorite thing about you? Sounds wild, right? My name's Ethan, coming from Vancouver Island, Canada. Let's go. My favorite thing about me is my commitment to this work and my truth. I have come a long way in my life. I've been in this work for 8 years, coached over 100+ people, ran different men's groups, different programs, facilitated medicine space. And here we are stepping into life this way, and it feels really good. So it's an honor from my heart to yours. So much love, and I look forward to seeing you very soon. Aho.